And we're live from the rinks in Hauppauge here on the Long Island Sports Network. Our final game of the day, a junior varsity matchup between the Longwood Lions and the Smithtown Hauppauge JV Red team. The Bulls 9-1 and 0, I should say, coming into this game. Lions 6-2-2. These teams haven't faced off so far this season, so this is going to be their first test against each other, as we have 15 minutes on the clock for the start of the first period. As we're also on the day before Thanksgiving, just a couple of hours really left until Thanksgiving. The rinks, as we have to take a second quick shot, the rinks wants to wish both Kathy and George a happy Thanksgiving. So Kathy and George, the team here at the rinks is thinking about you. Wants to know you're very appreciated. I've told you watch every single game. We love that as well here on the LI Sports Network. Lions wrapping it in. They'll score! Right off the bat, 1-0 Longwood. Take a look at this angle coming up. That's a sniper right there. Guadiello will get the scoring started. Bulls right back the other way, sending it towards the middle. Worked aside by Longwood, and they'll clear towards the neutral zone. Mark Nasserino getting this start in net for Longwood. Sean Wolgemuth getting this start in net for the Bulls. Pass down low to the captain. Anderson looking out in front. The shot was snapped wide of the cage. Lions go up and out. Taibbi takes a shot. 59 seconds gone by in the first period. Nick Shepard picking up an assist on that goal. As the Bulls will find a quick clear. Here's Anderson, cherry picking at the blue line. He streaks in on net, tied up from behind, and his centering feed intercepted by Ryan Hickson, who is back in transition. Kircher dips into his own zone, looking to go across the ice, partially blocked aside. Lions spinning around the boards. Kircher trying to be the first one to it into the corner. Rattles it up, and it's poked out. Byers the lone man back. Krikow to the front. His shot saved by Nasserino. Face off one forward. Power trying to get there in a forest of sticks, and it's taken away by Longwood for another clear as they'll wheel it up ice. Doyle back for it, banks it off. All the way back down. Galaro, D-to-D pass. Power, F1. Couldn't find the turnover. It's held at the blue for a second. Shepard sweeps it on the backhand. Nicortri worked back around. Nice tap pass from Parker to Meyer. Looking back to Parker. Throttled a little bit there in the neutral zone. Now Doyle gets it ahead to Power. Across the blue line. Challenged by Shepard. Still working the puck forward. Out on the doorstep. Meyer. Saved by Nasserino. Numbers. Nicortri from the slot. Couldn't get it in. Longwood looking good to start off this game, though. Seen 2 games already today here on the North Rinks. It was a St. Anthony Friar freshman win to start us off today, and then a junior varsity win for Connecticut Sayville in overtime versus Ward Melville. Ryan Hickson Couldn't squeak it up the wall. Leads to a shot fired wide over to the left. Fink will tie up a stick and will work all the way out of the zone. Bulls back onto it first. 3 minutes gone by in the first period. Stretched ahead onto the tape. Osarina contained for a second, passing in front. Dangerous opportunity for Dorian. Diving effort from Ryan Fink will force it all the way down the ice. No icing either from the officials. Freakow's going to have to work this one out the hard way. Gives it over for a shot from Fink. Well fought off by Wolgemuth. Taibbi, tap pass, taken away. Long shift for number 15. He'll shoot it. Couldn't get it through the legs of Taibbi. Looking back for Pardini instead. He'll wrap it around for Anderson. Spikes it on the backhand. Well fought for by Bolaro. Freakow trying to send it in front. Had Dorian there for a second. Maresca rims it hard but not away, and then empty far point from Dorian will allow the puck to go out. Looks across for Kircher. Steps past the blue, into the middle, Freakow. Couldn't get his stick in down in time. Here's Taibbi with it. Kircher felt a little bit of pressure coming. Leads to a hard breakout. Lions hold it in. Look for a centering feed. Shut down, and then Sean will make a save. Here comes Ryan Anderson. Anderson for a shot. Nasarino got all of it. And we get a couple of pushes after the whistle. Nothing elevated to a penalty. Anderson still down on the ice right now. Getting back up by himself. Again, the Bulls 9-1-0. Their only loss coming at the start of the season as well. So one of the St. Anthony's teams, obviously with their gold and black teams. Doyle backpedaling, pass forward now, gets it back. Doyle has Parker if he needs it. Wraps around, and Doyle building speed. Cuts it up through the red line into the offensive end. Doyle, good moves down to the goal line. Finally jousted off his stick. Worked back onto it. Doyle looking for passing options. Byers is applying a lot of physicality onto Doyle. Finally pops free. Now into the right wing corner we go. Pops up and out for Longwood. Power shifting on to a loose puck. Sean Power off to Meyer. Meyer, a weak shot. Nasarino, good rebound control. Kircher. Pressure by McCourtry. Spun around in the corner. 50-50 puck on the near board. Shepard is the near point. And we're going to get a whistle, maybe a hand pass here. Most likely call. Face-off should be in the neutral zone. Taking a look at the stats on this game. Longwood scoring 5.9 goals per game. Smithtown Hauppauge 6.1. So it will probably be high scoring by the end of it. Bolaro down low, looking for the outlet. Hits it onto the tape of McCourtry. Attacking one-on-one. McCourtry separated from the puck. Gets back to it. Sends it behind him. But not a spin-around shot. Bolaro swipes it, looking for Shepard. Kircher stepped in front of it as we approach the 8-minute mark here in the first period. 1-0 still the score for Longwood. Kircher charges past the blue line. Nifty backhand pass. Dorian rang it off the post. Rebound, they score. Bulls get it done the old-fashioned way. Crashing the net, it's 1-1. .752 remaining. We're back to an even game. Costa to Anderson. Past the blue line. Anderson surveys. Sends it to Parker. High slot. A shot with a tip, but Nasarino wasn't tested. Karam's off to the right side. Hits the perimeter, and Longwood find the clear. Anderson dips, leading with his shoulder. Now Anderson trying to dice through the traffic. Poked off his stick. Costa looking for a centering feed. It was knocked down by Krikow. Krikow, tap back. Anderson. Anderson on a shot. Nasarino is saved. Gloved away. Costa trying to get there. Fink Stink in front of him. Put down low. Hickson hard off the boards, but not past Parker. Taps it for Krikow. Swirls it down low again. Maresca. Hemmed into the boards along with Fink. It's a 3-on-2 in favor of the Lions. Pops free for Fink, trying to clear past Parker, who couldn't intercept it with his skate. Pardini. Long wrister. All the way back for Bellaro. Bellaro harassed. Steps around Anderson's check. Lifts on the backhand over to Krikow. Fink the first on the forecheck. Here comes Christian. Anderson on his right side. Works around one. Looking for Anderson. Couldn't let the shot fly. Was tied up, I believe, partially by Bellaro on the play. Puck will go all the way down the ice. Wolgemuth wanted an icing, but he's not going to get one, so Doyle will have to work it out the hard way. .540 to play in the first period. 1-1 the score here on the LI Sports Network. Meyer. Nifty hands, works it around to check in the neutral zone. Tapped past him by Nasarino. D-to-D pass. Doyle tries it on the home run, but couldn't find anything, so we'll go down for an icing. 5:17 remaining in the first. Another shot. Wolgemuth does well to track it. Corchery forces the puck forward off the face-off. Exchanges hands a couple of times. Now Nikorchry chasing it down low, looking for the centering pass from Shepard. Spiked away by the Bulls and will clear the zone. Under 5 to play here in the first period. Puck will go down for another icing. Bulls would get their 10th win of the season in just 11 games played if they were able to pull this one out against Longwood. For the Lions, it would be their 7th in the same amount. Longwood somehow with 2 ties on the season. A rare thing to see Obviously, the rules for overtime, you skate 4-on-4 for 4 minutes here in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. If the game remains tied after those 4 minutes, there's no shootout, unless it's playoffs. If it's playoffs, the first 2 rounds to be specific, then you get shootouts. In the finals, it's 5-on-5 for as many rounds as you need, I believe. Long pass over to Power. Gets churning forward. Meyer interrupted on his shot. Now Sereno dangerously out of the net to tap it over into the corner. Kircher pulls it away. Backhand sails wide over to the right of the net. Meyer. Once again pushing it down low. Taibbi for Bellaro. This should go down for an icing as it's not on net, and the referees will enforce. Sereno making a save there. Anderson trying to poke it in front. What about Krikow? Looks to Anderson. One more pass over to Meyer. Couldn't let it fly. Christian with it again, looking for the Michigan. And we're going to get a penalty here. I believe this is going on Smithtown Hauppauge. As we get some verbal sparring after. No, actually, I stand corrected. Net came off the moorings. That's the reason for the whistle. Parker looking for traffic. Costa scores! 2-1 Bulls. Smithtown Hauppauge back to their own end. Doyle reverses around to hit, looking ahead, gets it off to Christian. Off to the races. Costa on his left side, Anderson trailing behind to the right. Krikow trying to give it off to Anderson. Lost it at the goal line. Now here comes Bellaro with speed. Held up along the perimeter, and this is going to become a track meet as once again the Bulls run the other way. Anderson controls play this time. Leaves it behind, sails through a couple of sticks. Power trying to hold the zone and does. Power turns it over though to Taibbi. Looking across the ice, sails it for Bellaro. Bellaro centering bid, not exactly going to go where he wanted it. Guadiello wasn't able to haul in the pass. A shot from the outside is not going to be much of a problem for Wolgemuth, so we'll take another pause. 2:03 remaining in the first period. Shepard, a drive ramped off a stick in front. Banks off the high glass and the Bulls take possession. Kircher with room, walks up on the near wall. Kircher spins around for the backhand centering feed. Christian got a shot off, was interrupted. Sorry, that was Connor Krikow. Takeaway for Ryan Hickson. Wraps it up the wall and just barely out. $1:31 remaining in the first period. Ahead for Shepard. One back by the Bulls, and it will actually rattle around to Shepard again. Wants to go back to number 97. Up top for Hickson, lets it fly. Up the wall, and the Bulls can find another clear. Hickson, high off the glass but not out. Avlonitis, a long-range wrister. Hickson knocked it down. Avlonitis. Chase below his goal line, gives it off. Pass whipped to the opposite side. Connor Creekow, long ranger. It'll spill in. 39 seconds left in the period. It's 3-1 Bulls. Puck ramped in. Takes a long hop around to the near perimeter, and the Bulls once again find an effortless clear. It's off to Power. Power with a lot on his right side to pass to. Takes the shot off to the left end. Iano gave it down low for his defense. Will be held alive by the Bulls. Power in the left corner. Reverses it. Now gets it back. Tipped away from Taibbi. Fink getting activated as well. Now Taibbi trying to cut off the play. Battled out in front at the buzzer for one more shot, and Nasarino had to make the save. We're through 15 here on the LI Sports Network. We'll be right back after this short break. 3-1 the score in favor of Smithtown Hauppauge. And we're back here on the LI Sports Network. Start of the second period. And after 15, the Bulls found a 2-goal lead after Longwood scored first. Most recent goal coming from Connor Creekow, assisted by Logan Kircher. Bellaro trying to put it in. Goes off to the far side, dumped into the offensive end. Nasarino will watch it go below. Power trying to center it. Had a man there on the left post. Works up to Avlonitis. Gives it back down the wall. Here's Avlonitis. Couple of shoulder shakes. Sends it towards the middle. Lions step in front of it first. Still loose in the slot. Traveling to the blue line, but not out. Doyle. Curls. High in the left circle. He'll take a shot. Nasarino fought it off with the blocker. Avlonitis wants more offense from his team. Taibbi trying to clear. Centered out in front, but went under the stick to the high slot. Still with the Bulls. Doyle turning it around for a shot. I think it blocked aside before it ever hit Nasarino. And finally, Longwood will get it out. Back with it is Avlonitis. Minute 30 gone by in the second period. 3-1 still the score in favor of Smithtown. Hauppauge as Avlonitis Shifts around a couple of checks. Flips it high into the offensive end. Bellaro. Just barely able to eke the pass out the far point. Kircher steps up. The play from Kircher to get it back for the Bulls. Racing into the offensive end for a shot, and Nasserino will get it in his glove, forcing a whistle at 13:03. So Costa will take the face-off, fighting it forward. Puck spills off to the right side of the post. Anderson down low, wrapping it around. Bardini looking for a centering bid. Up to the blue line with Costa. Dangerous game as he just barely... Down to Anderson. Spins around for a shot. Almost located it to the top left corner. Another centering feed. Costa lost it in his sticks. Anderson trying to poke it away from the pile. But Longwood will pry it out of the offensive end. Christian Kreikow takes a couple of strides across. Anderson on sides. Anderson driving, backhand, shovels it in front. Breakaway to the other side. McCourtry not able to negate the icing. Taibbi for Bellaro. Popped up the boards, and Bellaro gets it back ahead for his captain to Courtry. Takes a bump. Doyle, wild whack. Keeps it at the perimeter for a second. It's worked back towards him. Pinned in by McCourtry. Courtry battling hard for it. Ramps it around to the right wing corner. Another 50-50 puck that Smithtown Hauppauge instantly bounce onto. Squirts off for Doyle. Big swipe for Shepard. Lucky that didn't connect. It might have been a slashing right there. Bellaro a shot. Save made. In transition, they score. From an awkward angle, Smithtown Hauppauge making it 4-1. Dorian will find this one into the back of the net, just barely squeaking through Nasserino. Zaino gets the clear. Goes back for Parker. Gets it off to Power. Lost it now in the neutral zone, and we're going to get an offsides from the referees. Take another face-off center ice. Maresca, clean win. Hickson with it at his own blue line, fires across the ice, well corralled. Fink, tap pass for Maresca. Is in the midst of too many white jerseys right there. It's poked off his stick. Hickson with it again. Long shot, Wolgamuth. Conservative save right there with the glove, no flashiness. Quick shot. Wolgamuth got over to the right side to make the save. Bellaro wildly trying to play it in. Tipped around him by Kircher. He'll race into the offensive end, held alive by the Bulls. It's Power on the near boards with two of his teammates. He'll spin it back around for Meyer. Meyer, options at the point. Wants to try to go to the middle. Meyer still with it. Finally worked away from Taibbi. Fink up for Bolaro. He's got great speed. Works it around Avlanitis. A backhander didn't have a whole ton behind it. Ends up with Kircher. Pokes it in front of his own net. Dangerous, but Avlanitis somehow walking the line with possession. Avlanitis could turn this into a breakaway as he tries to shimmy past these checks from Bolaro. All the way to the goal line, firing a centering feed. Nasserino got his blocker in front of it, and his defense will find the clear. Short-lived, though, on the possession. Bulls get it back with Avlanitis across for Anderson. A rare mistake from him. Gives it over to Longwood in the offensive end. Tap pass ahead to Anderson now. Into a 2-on-1. Taibbi in front. A shot. Rebound. Swiped aside by Taibbi. Pardini. Near point. Back to Anderson now. Starting to work on those Jets. Anderson all the way in for a centering feed. Krikow went wide off to the right. Anderson had it flutter away from him, and his centering try was stepped on by Hickson. Slides it out, and now Longwood are 3-on-2 into the offensive ends. Shot interrupted. Karam's off to Pardini. Outlet to Anderson. Tried to bank it off the wall ahead. Eventually got to Costa. Cuts across the middle. 4-1 the score. Dorian with the most recent goal at 11:15. With just around 8 minutes to play in the second. It's been 4 unanswered goals for Smithtown Hauppauge. Anderson trying to make it 5 shot. Not going to get through Nasserino. Nick Shepard with a chance to get it out. McCourtry, he has breakaway speed on his forehand, falls down himself for the shot. He scores from his knees. 4-2 now the score. Just about halfway through this game. Longwood making up some of the deficit. And one of the top JV teams here in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. They don't want to give free wins over to Smithtown Hauppauge just because they're entering the game with a better record. Lions have been a tough customer all year. McCourtry looking for another one, out to Shepard. Back in time was Avlanitis. Big scrum ensuing. Shepard came out with it for a second. Now Taibbi is sprung into a 2-on-1. Taibbi gets the block. Comes off to the right side. Dorian up for Avlanitis, looking for a wrist pass. Couldn't weave it through to Connor Krikow, who was out in front. Krikow with it now. Pass off, shot, rebound, swiped away. Doyle on a follow-up. Got through the traffic, ends up down low. Krikow with a nice little hit below the goal line. Finally spiked away by McCourtry, who just scored the most recent goal at 7:51. Doyle with a couple of powerful strides past Shepard. Getting down to the goal line now is Doyle. Still free. Doyle tries to dance in front, had his attempt denied. Back out for Avlanitis. Takes some big punishment. Avlanitis still powering for it, kicks it into the offensive end. Here's Bolaro. He can definitely fly. Bolaro on a backhand. Save made by Wolgamuth. Avlanitis poked it off the wall. It's all the way out for the Bulls. They likely need to make a change. Power past the blue line. Power fanned on his shot, then ran a man over. Fink aggressive. As Longwood fans want a penalty on that, they're not going to get one. Zaino looking to sweep a backhand over for Fink. It was worked away. Now Smithtown Hauppauge have it. Kircher in the left circle with just over 5 to play in the second period. Smithtown Hauppauge spent. They go back into their own zone. Power wants the pass, not going to get it. And he'll go off for a change now. Centering feed, sits in the slot for a second. Meyer trying to get there. Meyer with it again. Couldn't feather the pass through. High off the wall, but not out. No, it does go. Thought Kircher had it, but the referee's with a better angle. Fink a long blast. Rebound goes off to Anderson. To the outside. Byers gives it away to Kircher. Off for Pardini, who sends it into the offensive end. Lots of speed off the bench for Costa. Gives it off. Anderson out in front. Scores! "5-2 now for Smithtown Hauppauge. They find their second goal of the second period. Reopen a 3-goal lead. Just under 4 minutes to play here in the second now as Taibbi has a centering option. His shot will instead go off the right shoulder of Wolgamuth. Polaro with Krikow now behind him. Polaro trying to get the rush going himself off to the left side of Anderson through the poke check. Polaro couldn't slide it away. Couple of jousts, but Krikow couldn't get Anderson the puck in time. They would have been offsides. So it's back in deep for Doyle. Doyle, long pass, banks ahead. Anderson has it, 2-on-1. Anderson looking middle, but Hickson says no, sir. Doyle twirls. Pass rolls around the wall. Anderson sliding off to the middle, drops it. Krikow looking back for Anderson, hits a stick, deflects off to the wall. Swirled in deep, Krikow down low for it. Around Hickson this time, looking for Anderson again, but this time couldn't get it under the stick of Nikorchry. Clearing attempt shut down by Doyle. Moves left, Doyle a shot, glove save. Nasarino gave up a huge rebound there, but fortunately for him, it went to the team right in green. Anderson through 2 checks, make it 3. Anderson around to 4th as well. With his team coming off the bench, Anderson slides it middle, shot goes wide left. Doyle couldn't poke it home. Another opportunity, they score. The clear didn't go the way Longwood wanted. It's a 4-goal lead now for the Bulls. Avlonitis coming back for it. Looks around for Kircher as they'll play give and go with each other. Now Kircher, little tap pass to himself. Across the ice, Krikow with it. Has his pocket hit by Maresca, springing Fink not into a breakaway as Kircher had tons of speed on the back check. Down to $1:47 to play in the second period. Hickson across. played out. Fink trying to gather it ahead. It's given over to Avlonitis. Deep in his own zone, but plenty of speed and works a pass ahead. Dorian skating backwards, leaves it behind him. Now off to Avlonitis for a one-timer. Wide left, Dorian centering feed. Hits off a couple of sticks, and now Fink will just fire it the length. And it goes down for an icing. 1:09 remaining in the second period. Airmailed out of the zone by Longwood. Pardini with two Lions right in his face will turn the puck over at the far point. Scaled into his own zone as Wolgamuth will hold it up and give it right back to Parker. Finds the outlet pass to Anderson, whips it ahead. It's Krikow through the neutral zone quickly. Bolaro standing in front of him. Krikow centering feed on the backhand, goes right to the stick of Taibbi. Jousted away by Anderson, looked to spin around for a centering feed, but once again Taibbi was there. McLaughlin off the boards, carries it around. Shot taken, and Sean will step on top of it. 20 seconds exactly remaining in the second frame. Pardini, hemmed in, gets it off to Anderson. Looks for one more forward. Costa bats it ahead on the backhands, just forcing Longwood deep into their own zone as there isn't a lot of time left in the second period. Parker will kill off the remaining seconds as we hit 0-0 for the second time. Only 15 minutes remain here on the LI Sports Network. We'll be right back for the start of the third. And we're back for the start of the third period here on the LI Sports Network. Smithtown Hauppauge versus Longwood. 6-2 the score in favor of the Bulls, looking for their 10th win in 11 games. Haven't lost since the first game of the season. It was all the way back on September 17th. So it's been a couple of months for this Smithtown Hauppauge team. Longwood, I'm sure they'd love to give them a second loss. They definitely have a hard task in front of them. Hickson pushes it around the boards. Taken away by the Bulls. They look off from Meyer. Taps it into some open space. Shepard is instantly on the scene to tie it up on the perimeter. 30 seconds gone by. They try to get it over to some space again, but McCourtry bats it out. Gets a second touch and forces it down for Doyle. Shepard on his back. Trying to push him off to the corner. Doyle staying with it well. Couldn't bank it out and now gets leveled. That's going to be a penalty on Shepard. So Shepard will go off to the box for 2 minutes, and Smithtown Hauppauge will go to the power play. Clear attempt, goes up to McCourtry, blasts it down the length of the ice. Nick Shepard will get 2 minutes, a minor for interference. Anderson slides it left. Avlonitis forced to push it forward, so it's not a turnover, but Bolaro will get it anyways. Works it into some room for himself. Dicing on the backhand to the forehand for a quick shot. Wolgamuth made a great save there. Anderson flying ahead, looks behind him, hits Krikow, on the shot. Karam's off to the corner, another opportunity to clear from Avlonitis. Almost giving it over to McCourtry in a terrible spot, but Avlonitis with great hands keeps it away from the dangerous Longwood captain. First power play we've seen in this game. Avlonitis troubles below his own net line. Tapped around. Here comes Krikow. Lifted off of his pocket by Bolaro. Great start to the penalty kill from him. Anderson. Around a check. Anderson slides past the blue. Into the middle. Krikow, a backhand above the crossbar. Anderson with it again. To the high slot. Rolls it off to his right side. Kircher trying to get it around Bolaro, who'll take it right off of his stick. Start wheeling up ice. Bolaro with room to shoot. Interrupted by Kircher. 18 seconds left on the power play. Dorian just trying to hold it. Now starts his skate north. Tap pass to Kircher. Krikow to the middle. One-timer, not going to go through. Dorian with it again. Down to the goal line. 2 seconds left on the power play. Centering feed. Kircher takes it on the backhand. Spins around for a shot. Looking for a tip out in front. Never came. And we're back to even strength here at the rinks. Bulls still in the offensive end. Left off for Power. Picks up the loose puck in the corner. Skates it over towards the middle. Power still on his backhand. Gives it behind. Meyer down Main Street for a shot. And Nasarino fought through the screen. Kircher, not going to rip it right there. Instead, it's down low for Hickson. Pardini, staggered steps as he gets pushed down to the ice. Bulls making a change behind the play. Pardini now flying after Hickson, who will have plenty of time to fire it. Goes off the hand of Power, and Wolgamuth will then leave it there for him. About 4 minutes gone by in the third period. Only power play we've seen today got shut down by Longwood. They're 1 for 1 on the kill. Bulls 0 for 1 on the 5-on-4. Byers couldn't clear it off the far side. Power rolls it. Parker still patient, looking for the backhand, still free. The shot saved by Nasarino on his stomach. Take a replay of that here on the LI Sports Network. Got to watch for the end of the play. The puck will go back off to the right. There it is. Just extending with his arm enough. And Power wasn't able to lift it over. Obviously didn't have a whole lot of time to really stick handle it all. He was in so close. So the face-off will go to the left side of Mark. And he'll watch his team lifted up and out. Parker to Doyle, looking ahead to Connor. Ends up with Taibbi tapped around the wall and forced all the way back down to Doyle. Pressure incoming for the defenseman. Stops down low. Wolgamuth looking for a screen on Nikortri. Connor goes tape to tape. Can't break it past the blue line though. Nikortri another whack at it and gets it ahead to Shepard. Shepard one-on-one with Doyle. His shot interrupted. Karam's off to the corner. 5 minutes gone by here in the third period. 4-goal lead still for the Bulls. Dorian trying to change that. Options in the middle, but couldn't hit the pass over to Connor. Lions almost broke out the other way, but it's a turnover. Another centering feed goes through the blue paint, and Nasarino locates it, puts the mitten for the whistle. Face off up top, Tavlanitis. Twists it in. Comes out for Nikortri. Nikortri looking for a hit. Connor Kirkow pulls it between the legs. Bumped into the corner. 9:22 remaining in the third period. Bulls with the last 2 goals. Both coming in the second period after they responded to the Nikortri goal that made it a closer game. Centering feed, Shepard trying to get there, spiked away. Now Avlanitis has plenty of room to fly it up. Kirkow looking across to his brother, battling through a forest of sticks. Avlanitis will hold the zone. High slot, looking for a tip. Nasarino got in front of it. Hickson got leveled. Longwood wants a penalty for it. They're not going to get one. Kircher back in their defensive end. Gets it ahead. Costa flying in. A shot hits off of Hickson. Dangerous as it skimmed off to the right side of the net when Nasarino was moving to his right. Bellaro with numbers. As we're going to get halfway through this third period. Anderson flutters a pass. Knocked aside by Fink. Loose in the corner. Kircher steps around the check and couldn't find the centering feed. Just barely knocked aside by Byers. Excuse me, that was Maresca there for the defensive play. Here comes Taibbi. Wrists one a little high and wide. Kircher now pinched by number 29. They get it back out in front for another quick shot. Taibbi trying to find the rebound. Sticked aside by Kircher, and it's still loose. Out of the zone now as Anderson has it. With room in a 3-on-2. The captain floats it across. Kirkow, a shot. Save made by Nasarino. Back down low for Anderson. Room at the goal line. Gets it in front. They score. Second time's the charm. Anderson another. Apple gets it to his main man. It's 7-2. .06 remaining in the third period. It's now 3 unanswered goals for Smithtown Hauppauge as they look for their 10th win on the season. Would cost Longwood their 3rd loss. Power into the offensive end. Rolls it over for Meyer, but a little bit ahead of him. Meyer taps it back for Parker now on the blast, and Nasarino got it easily into the glove. Parker, another wrister from the slot. Takes a big bounce. The Bulls hold it, though. Power up to the blue line. Dangerous game. Gets through all of it. Power a shot, and it was blocked by a diving Byers. Another centering feed. Goes through and through off to the perimeter. Parker pinching in on the play once again. Bulls trying to rotate it around to the opposite side, but instead it's fired out. Doyle into his own zone, building some speed. Works past one check, has an open blue line. Doyle comes out in front. Doyle the backhand. Saved by Nasarino. Byers banks another puck out of the zone. Should race down for an icing, and the referees will enforce with 5:54 remaining in regulation. Dorian scoops up the puck. Up high to Krekow. Gets it back to Dorian. Loose puck for Connor. Gives it up top to his brother. Here's Christian. Long wrister. Save made by Nasarino. Taibbi with an opportunity to get out of his own end. Bellaro can't force the issue. Here's Connor with it again off to the left side of the net. Shepard picks it up. Wrists it over to Connor by accident, who spears it ahead to his brother. Long shot. This time guided away by Nasarino. Not out of the zone still, and I spoke too soon as Longwood do get the clear. Shepard, good turnover for the one-timer, and over in time was Sean. Great stop for the Bulls netminder. We'll take a replay of that here on the LI Sports Network. Shepard flying after the loose change. Looks to whip it across. Aguadiello there for it, but instead it's another Smithtown Hauppauge puck, and Dorian racing to the goal. Dorian, a backhander. I don't think it ever worked through the traffic. Krekow. Stick lifted, ribs poked at. He's taken away from the puck, now lays a hit into the boards. With Shepard to fall down to the ice. Pops free, Pardini looking towards the slot, but once again Longwood are there in time as Shepard a little slow to get up. He'll go back over to the bench. Dorian. Off to Parker, looking into the neutral zone. Zaino looks across the rink. Couple of passes, almost a fink, couldn't handle it. Avlanitis with it now. Leaves it off for Doyle. Floats it across to Pardini, and now Avlanitis. Couple more passes. Bulls with a lot of speed. Anderson back to Avlanitis, failed on the one-timer. Centering opportunity, not much doing there for Byers as it comes in front of Wolgemuth, but he'll make a relaxed save with 3:12 remaining in regulation. Krekow will go below his own goal line, flip a high puck as it will roll into the offensive end. Bellaro back with it. Bolaro trying to break it out himself. Puck far in front of him, but still holds on to it. Dragging around for a new shot, and Krekow will take his pocket away. Airmail pass for Anderson, trying to get there in time. Anderson looking to the far post, but couldn't rattle it through. Avlanitis gives it back to Anderson, settles a rolling puck. Anderson dragging around, sends it out in front. Costa a shot. Nasarino a nice save. 2:24 remaining in the third period. Bolaro onto another rush. Challenging Doyle, steps up for the hit. Bolaro takes the puck back. Can't center it around Doyle, who came flying in for a second check. Stretch pass Anderson. Dicing, Anderson to the backhand, trying to drag it around, and a loose puck sits in the blue paint for a second too long to be comfortable. Another pass off to Avlanitis, failed on the shot. Avlanitis, plenty of room. Slides it through a triangle right there before it's scooped up by Longwood and wheeled forward. Guadiello looking for a trailer, swipes it across the ice, but it was intercepted by Krekow. Doyle, backhander, not going to go. Gives it up for Power. Top of the left circle. Wiggles away from the puck. Nicortree will happily take it. Pitches in on the backhand, as will carry around the boards. Down low for Pardini again. Kircher. Smithtown Hauppauge with too many men on the ice. Leads to a breakaway. Nicortree, forehand, backhand, kept out by Wolgamuth. Power up past the far point with under 30 to play here in the third period. Puck sent towards Nasarino. He'll carry it around on the backhand, and Smithtown Hauppauge will improve to 10-1-0 on the season. Longwood dropping down to 6-3-2 as the puck will just be held in deep for the final 5 seconds. That'll do us in here on the Long Island Sports Network. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And the final score of this game, 7-2, Bulls win.